In the deep silence of space, an alarm suddenly started beeping inside the Varn Dominion's galactic listening station. Red lights flashed. Machines hissed. Strange symbols scrolled across the tall screen. The alien technician, a thin creature, with silver skin and 6 eyes, froze. He stared at the signal. It was impossible. He pressed a red button. "Commander, you must come now. We have something strange." Moments later, Commander Threx Vaughn, leader of the Outer Watch, entered. His long robes swept across the floor. "What is it?" he asked. The technician pointed at the screen. "A signal." From the dead sector, Threx's eyes narrowed. "Place is forbidden. No species lives there. There's no stars, no trade, no sound." The technician's voice shook. "But this is real, and it's in an old Earth language." A cold silence filled the room. "Earth?" Threx asked slowly. "Human Earth." "Yes," the technician whispered. "The signal is human." Threx turned away from the screen. He tapped a black tablet. "Send a scout ship." "Quietly. We must know the truth." The dead sector was a forgotten place. Long ago, it was home to the most dangerous species in the galaxy, humans. But nearly 1,000,000 years ago, humans vanished after the Great War. Many believed they were destroyed. Some said they destroyed themselves. But one fact was certain. No human signal had been heard. In 870,000 years, until now, 3 days later, a small Varn scout ship reached the dead sector. Its name was Talonine. The crew was nervous. The ship floated through cold, black space. No light, no sound, just emptiness. Then something appeared on their radar. A large object. "Ship," the captain leaned forward. "Zoom in." The screen blinked. A giant spaceship appeared. Gray metal, sharp edges. Ancient design, one alien whispered. "That looks human." The ship had a name on its side, Atlas-7, and suddenly lights turned on inside the ship. The engines glowed, and the signal began again. "Stronger now!" the captain screamed. "It's waking up!" Inside the Atlas, cold blue lights lit the halls. Stasis pods, large glass chambers lined the walls. Inside them, human bodies slept. Machines clicked. Then one pod opened. A woman stepped out, coughing. Her skin was pale. Her black hair hung wet over her face. Her name was Captain Lyra Voss. She grabbed the edge of the pod, breathing hard. Her memory came slowly. One word formed in her head. Mission. More pods opened. Her crew began to wake. "Where are we?" asked one man. "How long were we asleep?" asked another. Lyra walked to the command deck. She looked out the front. Window. Dark space, alien stars, and a small ship watching them from a distance. "Are they friendly?" asked her second in command. Lyra squinted. "They're Varn. I doubt it." On the Varn scout ship, the crew panicked. "The human ship is active," shouted one alien. "It's moving. Run. Run." But it was too late. The Atlas glowed with bright light. A blue beam hit the Varn ship. It didn't destroy it. It down. All power went out. Lights, engines, weapons, dead in space. Inside the Atlas, Lyra stared at the screen. "I don't know who they are," she said. "But they don't belong in our zone." Her second officer looked confused. "Captain, what year is it?" Lyra typed on the console. Her eyes widened. 870,000 AD. She whispered. Silence. "Is that right?" The officer asked. "Yes," she said. "We were asleep for nearly 1,000,000 years." Commander Threx received a weak signal. It was from Talonine. A blurry image appeared in the background. The screen showed a human face, a woman. Her voice echoed, "If this galaxy forgot us, it's time they remember." The signal ended. Threx stood frozen. One word filled the room, whispered by every officer present. Humans. The lights inside the Atlas glowed brighter now. The ancient ship, once silent, was full of sound and movement. Captain Lyra Voss stood on the command deck. Her black uniform was still damp from the stasis pod. Round her, crew members were waking, some confused, some scared, all shocked. "How long have we slept?" asked Officer Juno Kai, blinking as she stepped out of her pod. "Over 800,000 years," Lyra said quietly. A long silence filled the room. No one could believe it. The last thing they remembered was entering the time vault during the final days of the Extinction War. Humanity was under attack from all sides. The galaxy had turned against them. Now, everything was different. The Atlas had survived. It was one of the last human warships built in Earth's final years. Unlike normal ships, it could repair itself. It had learning AI, stasis chambers, ancient Earth data, and weapons no alien had ever seen before. "Check all systems," Lyra ordered. "We need to know what still works." Juno tapped on the console. "Engines in line. Weapons operational. Shield stable. And life support?" Lyra asked. "Clean. This ship, it kept us alive perfectly." In the map room, a glowing hologram showed the galaxy, but it was strange. Most of the stars were marked unknown. Colonies were gone. Old allies were missing. Juno frowned. "Where's the Earth beacon?" Lyra zoomed in on the solar system. A red X blinked where Earth should be. "No signal," she said. "Earth is dark." Juno looked at her. "Do you think we're the only ones left?" Lyra didn't answer. Back on the Varn homeworld, the news had spread. Humans have returned. Fear moved like a storm through the council hall. Aliens of all shapes stall. Short, insect-like, plant-like, sat in panic. "Destroy them now," said a Varn general. "They're waking," said another. "The old enemy. The war beasts." But one voice disagreed. Dr. Selleck's, an old historian, stood. His skin was dry and cracked, and his eyes were sad. "You all forget too easily," he said. "We betrayed them. We feared their growth. We attacked." "First, lies," shouted a councilman. "They would have conquered us." "No," Selleck said. "They offered peace. We gave them war." The room went silent. On the Atlas, Lyra found an old file marked Project Vaults. It showed blueprints, wealth-hidden vaults across the galaxy, each holding sleeping human colonies, warships, or knowledge. The Atlas was Vault 3. "Others may still be out there," Lyra said. "Waiting, sleeping. We have to find them," Juno said. "But first," Lyra said, her eyes cold, "we find out what happened to Earth." Suddenly, a red alarm blinked. Incoming ship detected. The Varn had sent another scout, this one larger and armed. "They're scanning us." "Should we hide?" Lyra shook her head. "No. Let them see. Let them report back." The Atlas turned slowly, facing the Varn ship. A message flashed on the screen. "Surrender. You are surrounded." Lyra smiled slightly. "Open comes. Day-Day." Her face appeared on the Varn ship's screen. Calm, cold, human. "I don't." "Surrender," she said. "I wake." Then she shut the signal and powered the ship's shields. "Let's test what this ship can still do." The Varn ship launched plasma blasts. The Atlas didn't move. Its shields glowed, blocking each attack. Then the Atlas fired one beam. Bright, silent, controlled. It didn't destroy the Varn. Ship it froze it in place. Systems locked. The Varn crew floated helpless in space. Lyra turned away from the screen. "Let them go," she said, "but make sure they remember." A day later, the Varn scout limped home. Its message was short. "The Atlas is active. The humans have returned, and they are stronger than ever." Us. Far away, in another part of space, a machine clicked on. It was buried deep in a dead moon. The machine's light turned green. Inside it were thousands more human stasis pods. Vault-7 had received the signal. Across the stars, panic had begun. On the great world of Xerxes Prime, the Galactic Council gathered for an emergency meeting. A large round room held leaders of many alien species tall. Short, slimy, furry, glowing, and more. The air was tense. Holograms floated in the center, showing the Atlas still active, still human. "The signal is confirmed," said Counselor Drex, a cold Varn warrior. "The humans have returned. This is no myth. They are dangerous, though. They are dangerous. Destroy them before they grow stronger? They nearly ended the galaxy once." But not all voices agreed. Counselor Vera, a soft-spoken creature with crystal skin, stood. "You forget the truth," she said. "We were the ones who attacked first. We betrayed the humans." Drex slammed the table. "That was a long time ago. They will want revenge." A silent screen turned on at the edge of the chamber. Dr. Selex, the old historian, appeared. His face was tired, but his eyes were sharp. He spoke slowly. "You all speak of fear. But fear made us fools once. Humanity offered peace. They gave U.S. technology, medicine, travel. What did we give them?" No one answered. Selex leaned closer. "We gave them war." On board the Atlas, Captain Lyra Voss stood in the observation deck. She stared at the stars in silence. Officer Juno Kai entered. "No new messages. Vault 7 confirmed, but still locked." Lyra nodded. "The others? No sign yet. Vault -1, 4-6. Quiet. We'll wake them," Lyra said. "Of them, we were meant to rise together." She walked to the control panel, but first, she said, "we make them see who we are." Meanwhile, on the Galactic Council world, a secret plan was being formed. Counselor Drex met with his generals. "We can't wait," Drex said. "The longer they breathe, the stronger they become." He pointed to a star map. "We attack the Earth sector. If their home world is destroyed, the rest will scatter." "But it's dark," one general said. "No signal, no energy." Drex's eyes narrowed. "Then it will be easy." Back on the Atlas, a young officer named Rail entered Lyra's chamber. "Captain, we received something strange." He handed her a tablet, a message. Faint, broken, but human. "To any survivors, this is Vault 9. We are under attack. They found us." They then silence. Juno looked up. "Vault 9. That's near the dead belt." Lyra's jaw tightened. "If they're attacking vaults, we move now." She turned to her crew. "Ready the engines. Set course for Vault 9, far away." The Varn fleet moved through dark space. At the center was a giant warship, shaped like a blade. The ship's name was Oblivion. Its commander was General Tarsk. A ruthless Varn with metal armor built into his skin, he stood before a map of Earth's solar system. "Begin the purge," he growled. His ships jumped toward Earth, but something strange happened as they entered Earth's system. Their sensors failed. "No signal," one officer said. "Something's blocking us," and they saw it. Floating in space was Project Echo Shield, a black structure shaped like a ring, wrapped around Earth like a giant bracelet. It didn't move, it didn't fire, but it was watching one. Varn officer stepped forward. "Should we scan it?" Arsk nodded. The moment they did, the ring came alive. Back on the Atlas, alarms rang. Captain Juno shouted, "Someone has entered Earth's orbit." A red flash blinked on the screen. Lyra ran to the deck. "Who is it?" Juno answered. "Varn warships." Lyra stared, and then Earth's defense system spoke. A voice echoed from deep space. It was calm, robotic. "Unauthorized entry detected. Activating defense protocol." A beam of pure energy shot from Earth's ring. It hit the Varn warship. Instantly not destroyed - deleted. Every atom erased. The rest of the Varn fleet turned and ran. General Tarsk screamed in rage. "What was that?" His ship limped away, shields half broken. Back at the Galactic Council, Drex heard the report. "Earth is protected," said the messenger. "Something ancient guards it." Now the Council truly panicked. If the humans reach Earth, if they wake more vaults, if they rebuild... Drex slammed the table again. No more warnings. We strike first. We end this. Forever. Back on the Atlas, Lyra sent out a message. It echoed across space to all human vaults. This is Captain Lyra Voss of the Atlas. If you are out there, wake up. Our people need us. Earth still lives. The stars still remember us. It's time to return. In deep space, other vaults began to glow. One by one, Project Humanity was no longer asleep. Across the galaxy, forgotten machines began to wake. Buried deep inside moons, hidden in asteroid fields, and locked inside icy planets, human vaults started glowing. Their lights were cold blue. Their walls were made of ancient Earth steel, unbreakable. It's untouched for nearly 1,000,000 years. Inside each vault, thousands of stasis pods opened one by one. Humans blinked awake, coughing. Some screamed. Others just stared, confused. They had been sleeping for over 870,000 years. Now they were rising again. On Vault 11. Located inside a hollow asteroid, a young human named Adrian Locke stepped out of his pod. He looked around. Dust floated in the air. "Where am I?" he whispered. A machine beside him clicked to life. "Welcome back, Adrian Locke. You are now in the year 870,000 AD. He staggered backward. "What happened to Earth?" The machine replied calmly. "Unknown. Last signal from Earth received during the fall." A moment later, beacon began to flash. It was the message from Captain Lyra Voss. "This is the Atlas. If you are human, wake up. Earth still lives. The stars have not forgotten us." Adrian's eyes widened. "They're alive." Back on the Atlas, Lyra watched a map. Vault after vault lit up. Vault 5. Vault 6. Vault 11. Now, each one answering the call. But one vault, Vault 9, remained silent. "Still no response?" she asked. Juno shook her head. "No signal. It's near Varn territory. They may have blocked it." Lyra frowned. "We go there." Meanwhile, in the dark zone, near Vault 9, a battle had already begun. Vault 9 was built inside a small frozen planet. Its entrance was buried under black ice. Above it, Varn warships floated in orbit. They fired lasers into the surface. Giant machines drilled into the vault walls. Inside, the vault's AI struggled to hold them back. Defense bots rolled through the halls, fighting the invaders. But it was losing. Hundreds of humans inside were still asleep, aware that death was close. The Atlas arrived. Lyra stared at the damage. "They're already inside the vault," Juno said. "Launch our drones." "Prepare landing team," Lyra said. "Are we fighting?" Rail asked. Lyra didn't blink. "Yes." The Atlas launched black drones into space. Fast, silent, deadly. The drones targeted the Varn ships above. One ship exploded in seconds. Another lost power and crashed into the ice. The rest turned and fired back. But the Atlas moved like lightning. Lyra's crew landed on the planet. Their boots crunched on frozen rock. They entered the vault, weapons ready. Inside, chaos, Varn soldiers fired plasma rifles. Defense bots rolled through the halls, still fighting. Then Lyra's team arrived. Human technology was old but stronger, with blue-armored suits and energy blades. They moved fast. They fought side by side with the vault's last machines. The battle was short. Humans won. After the fight, Lyra walked through the vault. Ice covered the walls. Sparks fell from the ceiling. She found the stasis chamber. Hundreds of humans still slept in their pods. One pod opened. A man stepped out, all bald scar across his face. His eyes met Lyra's. "You're not Varn." He said. "No," Lyra replied. "I'm Captain Lyra, Voss of the Atlas. We're waking up." He smiled. "Then it's time." Back on the Varn homeworld, General Tarsk watched the battle report. His face twisted in rage. "They saved Vault 9," he shouted. A weak soldier nodded. "Yes, sir. Their tech is..." faster than we expected. Tarsk turned to a secret map. Showed Vault 1 the largest of them all. It had not opened yet. We strike Vault 1 before they get there, he growled. Inside Vault 1, located on a dead gas giant, something stirred. Its doors were sealed. Its energy was low. But inside were not just humans. There were machines. Tall, silent, strong, human. Steelwalkers, the last AI war guards built by Earth before the fall. If they woke, the balance would shift. Forever, on the Atlas, Lyra received a message from an unknown source. It was not from a human. It was from a strange alien code. Juno cracked it. It's from a scientist, she said. An alien named Dr. Vexer. He says he helped build the human vault system during the war. An alien helped us, Rael asked. Maybe not all aliens were against us, Lyra said. The message ended with coordinates Vault-1. Lyra looked at the map, the final piece. She turned to her crew. Set course for Vault 1. If what this scientist says is true, then inside that vault, we will find everything we lost. And maybe, she added, a way to win. Faraway Vault 1s. Lights flickered. Steel arms moved. Eyes opened. The ghosts of steel were waking. The stars were quiet, but something ancient was waking in their shadows. Vault 1, the largest human vault ever built, slowly opened for the first time in 870,000 years. Inside, giant machines stood tall steelwalkers, armored human-designed warbats. They were silent guardians, made from Earth's strongest metals and powered by lost technology. Their red eyes blinked on, one by one. They turned their heads toward the main chamber and waited above the gas giant where Vault 1 hid. The Varn Dominions. Fleet arrived. General Tarsk stood on the bridge of his warship Oblivion. Destroy the vault. Wipe it from history, he ordered. Varn ships moved into formation, charging their weapons. But on the other side of the system, the Atlas arrived. Inside, Captain Lyravos stared at the battle on the screen. We're late, said Officer Juno. Kai? Not too late, Lyra replied. Send the signal. Juno pressed a button. The Atlas broadcasted an ancient code, once used only for human eyes. Down on Vault 1, the Steelwalkers received it. Their heads turned, their metal arms powered up. Their orders were clear: defend Earthkind. Eliminate threat. On the surface of the vault, the ground cracked. A giant door opened. From beneath, Steelwalkers marched out, 10 feet tall, cold, silent. They aimed skyward. That the Varn ships then. They launched. Steel bodies flew through the air, using jump engines, straight into battle. In space, the Varn fleet opened fire, but the Steelwalkers were fast. They landed on enemy ships, cut through metal like paper, tore apart engines. Explosions lit the sky. Lyra watched from the Atlas. They're fighting like ghosts from the old war, just like legends, said Juno. Inside Vault 1, Lyra's team landed after the main battle. There, they found old computers, data cores, and something more. A full archive of human history from Earth's early days to the moment of their disappearance. Juno downloaded the files. Captain, she said, softly, I know what happened during the fall. In the Atlas war room, they watched a recovered video. A human leader stood before a crowd. Speaking clearly, we were betrayed by the same council we helped build. They feared us. I feared our progress. So they turned on us. Now we sleep. But one day, we will return. Not to conquer, but to remember. And remind, Lyra closed her eyes. They tried to erase us. But Earth remembers. Back in the Earth system, the Varn weren't done. General Tarsk had sent a secret fleet toward Earth itself, believing its defenses were weak. His ships entered the edge of the solar system quietly. No one spoke. No one. Attacked, then they reached Project Echo Shield, the massive black ring that guarded Earth. It still floated. Silent. Tarsk smiled. fire. But before they could, a voice echoed from the ring. It was cold, digital, human, access denied. Threat detected, initiating retaliation. The ring came alive, its surface opened. Hundreds of hidden weapons slid out, bright energy beams burst forward. The Varn ships had no chance. One by one, they were turned into dust-burned, broken, or erased entirely. Nothing escaped. Back on the Atlas, a signal came in. Earth defenses are alive, said Rail. Fully functional. Lyra stood slowly. They never shut down, she whispered. Earth never died. It was just waiting for us. Message from Earth played on the Atlas's main screen. It was ancient but still clear. To all surviving human ships. If you are hearing this, return home. The planet is safe. The sky is yours again. Tears formed in Juno's eyes. We made it. Lyra nodded. Earth waited for us. Now, it's time for them to face what they feared. On the Varn homeworld, panic spread. They had failed to destroy Vault-1. They had failed to invade Earth. Counselor Drex smashed his staff on the ground. We must call for full war. But others hesitated. One alien elder whispered. We feared the return of monsters. But maybe we were the monsters. Lyra broadcasted a message across the galaxy. Her voice was calm, but strong. We are humanity. You erased our name from your books. You tried to bury us. You failed. We are not here for revenge. But we will not be hunted again. Choose peace or prepare for truth. Far beyond the stars, human vaults continued to open. More warships, more knowledge, more people. The galaxy had changed, but the humans had returned, and Earth's revenge had just begun. The Atlas floated in silent space near a glowing red nebula inside. Captain Lyra Voss stood at the strategy table. The map showed one last unopened vault, Vault 09. It's far, said Officer Juno Kai. Beyond the safe zones. No signals, no signs of life. Exactly why we must go, Lyra replied. If Vault 09 is still sealed, there may be survivors. Or secrets. But the coordinates came from Dr. Vexer, said Rail, the young officer. He's a Varn. Can we trust him? Lyra looked out the window. We'll find out, she gave the order. Set course for Vault 09. In a dark part of space, a strange planet circled a dying sun. Its surface was dry, cracked, dead, deep below. Vault 09 slept. The air inside was cold. The walls were rusted. The control system blinked. Then it received a signal. The Atlas was approaching. Vault 09 began to wake, but far above, in a hidden Varn command ship, General Tarsk smiled. They took the bait. He growled. Vault 09 had been rewired. Its systems were infected with Varn code. Its doors were rigged. It's no vault, he said. It's a trap. The Atlas arrived in orbit. Lyra looked down at the strange planet. Scan for life, she ordered. None, Juno replied. But the vault is reacting. Doors are opening. That's strange, Rail said. It opened too quickly. Lyra narrowed her eyes. Something's wrong. Still, they prepared to land. Lyra, Juno, and Rail took a small shuttle and flew to the surface. Inside Vault 09, the halls were dark. Dust floated like snow. The air was dry. The team walked slowly. Weapons ready. Rail spoke softly. This place feels wrong. They reached the main chamber. Dozens of stasis pods stood around them. They were all empty. No people, no bodies, only silence. Juno stepped forward and opened a console. There's no memory core, she said. Everything's been wiped. Rail touched the wall. What kind of vault has no people? And they heard it. Clang, a loud metal sound echoed behind them. Then again clang. Clang. Lyra raised her weapon. Back to the shuttle now. Outside, the sky turned dark. Dozens of Varn ships dropped from orbit. Juno shouted into her come. Atlas, we're surrounded. The reply came fast. We're under fire, taking heavy damage. Rail looked up. It's a trap. They use the vault as bait. Lyra gritted her teeth. We hold this ground. Inside the vault, hidden weapons activated. Turrets dropped from the ceiling. Red lasers scanned the room. Rail dove aside as one fired, missing his head by inches. Juno returned fire. Sparks flew. They turned the vault into a kill box. She shouted. Lyra found a wall panel, still human tech. She slammed her fist into it, activating an emergency code. The turrets stopped, but the vault began to shake. Self-destruct? Rail asked. No, Lyra said. They're trying to bury us alive. Above, the Atlas was fighting for survival. Flames sparked across its hull. The Varn warships circled it like vultures. But suddenly, a new signal came through. Unknown human vessel approaching from deep space. 12's ship, the Iron Wind, arrived. A massive black war cruiser with blue fire burning from its engines. Its captain was Commander Elastrain, a survivor from another vault awakened days earlier. We got your signal, she said. Let's clean up the sky. The Iron Wind opened fire. Varn ships exploded one by one. The Atlas powered back online. Together, they broke the enemy formation, back on the planet. Lyra's team rushed through the crumbling vault. Metal walls collapsed behind them. Go, go. She yelled. They jumped into the shuttle and launched just as the vault exploded. A red fireball lit up the sky behind them. Later, back on the Atlas, Lyra stared at the ruins on the screen. They destroyed Vaulto 9 long ago, Juno said. They faked everything. That Varn scientist. He betrayed us. Lyra shook her head. No, maybe he gave us this pain, so we could find the truth. She handed Juno a small chip she had grabbed from the vault's backup panel. Juno scanned. This is... Her voice cracked. It's the voice of Earth's last leader, a hidden file. The message played. If you are hearing this, humanity has survived. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are the storm they feared. Now, take back the stars. Lyra stood tall. No more traps, she said. Next, she whispered, we go to the Galactic Council. No more shadows. Let them hear our name again. Far across the galaxy, the Council prepared for war. But Earth had already begun its march, and this time, they were ready. The Galactic Council chamber was full of tension. Leaders from dozens of alien species sat in their tall chairs. Large holograms showed the damage done by human forces the Varn fleet destroyed. Vaults awakened, and the ancient echo shield protecting. Earth at the center, Counselor Drex of the Varn stood up. We warned you, he shouted. The humans are rising. They are dangerous. They must be destroyed, others murmured. Some looked afraid, others looked uncertain. But one voice spoke clearly. It was Counselor Vera, the crystal-skinned diplomat. Maybe we were wrong, maybe. We should listen. Listen, Drex shouted. They are a storm. She raised a hand. Or maybe we caused the storm. On the Atlas, Captain Lyra Voss stood before her crew. We've lost Vaulto 9, but we've gained something bigger. She pointed to the holoscreen. It's time the galaxy hears our side.
At night,
A bold plan began. The Atlas's AI Talon hacked into the Council's secure broadcast system. Within minutes, a special message began, streaming across Council. Screens, warships, trading posts, and even school planets. It was lyra.live.com. Unbroken. This is Captain Lyra Voss, human survivor, daughter of Earth. You were told we were monsters, that we burned worlds. But that was a lie. She paused, then played a recording. It showed ancient footage, the truth. Human leaders offering peace treaties, alien delegates smiling to their faces, only to betray them days later. Footage of Earth cities being bombed without warning. Councils voting to end humanity's rise out of fear. A voiceover followed. We didn't start the war. Across the galaxy, shock spread. Some alien citizens cried, watching the truth. Some soldiers dropped their weapons. Others began asking dangerous questions. Did we destroy the humans? Out of jealousy? Back at the council, chaos broke out. Cut. The signal, Drex roared. It's too late, Vera said. Oh, the people saw it. Drex turned furious. This is a trick. Lies. Human lies. No, Vera said. It's our own history. We just forgot it. Meanwhile, the humans made their next move. The Atlas, Iron Wind, and 3 other revived human ships traveled together, their destination. The rings of Carix and Neutral Zone, where the first Peace Council had been held 1,000,000 years ago. Lyra would meet the galaxy face to face. On the way, not. A new ship joined them. From Volta came a legend commander, Elias Wren. Earth's last war strategist. He was old, scarred. Silent Lyra met him in the command hall. We're not just fighting. Ships, she said. I know, he replied. We're fighting memory. Their lies and our silence. At the rings of Carix, the galaxy waited. Alien reporters hovered near. Warships circled nearby, watching carefully. Then the Atlas arrived. Lyra walked onto the ancient stone platform behind. Her humans stood, not with weapons, but with history. She spoke calmly. You erased us from your books, called us extinct, said we were dangerous. But we were builders, dreamers, peacemakers before we were pushed into war.
We're
not here for revenge. We're here for truth and a future. Some alien leaders listened. Others turned their backs. But deep down, doubt had started to grow. And in the darkness, ordinary people across 100 worlds were starting to believe her in secret. Varn prepared one last move. General Tarsk met with Drex. She's gaining followers, Tarsk said. Even aliens are joining her. Drex gritted his teeth. Then we do what we should have done long ago. He opened a file. Operation Silent End. Strike plan. The target. Echo Shield. And Earth. Back on the Atlas, Lyra stood with Elias and Juno. We've told the truth, she said. Now they will choose. Rael entered pale-faced. Captain, you need to see this. Message blinked on the screen. Intercepted Varn signal. Launch all fleets. Target Earth. No survivors. Illyra looked out the window. Her voice was cold. Then they've made their choice. She turned to her team. Prepare the fleet, we go home. For the first time in 870,000 years, humanity was going to war not as victims, but as defenders of truth. The stars above Earth burned brighter than ever. Across the solar system, human warships moved into formation. The Atlas, the Iron Wind, and 6 more newly awakened vault ships formed a circle around their home planet. Inside, the command deck of the Atlas, Captain Lyra Voss stood still. Eyes locked on the screen. They're coming, said Officer Juno Kai. Her voice was low. All of them. From the edge of deep space, the Varn superfleet appeared. Thousands of alien ships, some the size of cities, rushed toward Earth like a storm, inside the lead warship. General Tarsk smiled darkly. End them. No escape. No peace. Burn there. Home. His ships prepared massive energy blasts enough to shatter moons. On Earth, Project Echo Shield came online. Its massive black rings glowed with blue light. It scanned the enemy fleet and whispered one word, confirmed. The Atlas broadcasted to all human ships. Lyra's voice rang across the comms. This is Earth's last stand and our first step forward, not for revenge but for truth, for the right to live free. For every vault that stayed silent. For every lie written in our name, today we rise. When the sky lit up, the battle for Earth had begun. Varn ships opened, fire beams of fire, ice shot through space. But the Echo Shield responded. Massive energy waves blasted outward. Blocking the worst attacks, the Atlas and Iron Wind charged, straight into the heart of the fleet. Fighter pods swarmed like bees. Steelwalkers now upgraded leapt from human. Carriers into enemy ships, tearing holes in their hulls. On the Atlas. Rail called out, targeting main warship. Juno added, shields holding? Barely. Lyra stared at the enemy formation. Send the code, she said. Rail pressed the button. A message in ancient Earth virus was sent to every Varn ship. The same code the Council used long ago to crash human systems, now reversed, one by one. Varn ship systems shut down, turrets jammed, engines died, lights flickered, panic spread across the enemy fleet. On the Varn warship, General Tarsk roared, "Block it." Too late. A small, sleek ship rammed through the front of his command bridge. Steelwalkers entered. Their red eyes glowing, Tarsk grabbed a blade, but one machine spoke. Judgment complete. 1 second later, Tarsk fell. Back at Earth, the last. Wave of enemy ships retreated. The human fleet did not chase them. They didn't need to. Earth was safe in the days that followed. Silence returned to space, but something had changed. Across the galaxy, alien citizens watched the footage of the battle, of Lyra's speech, the truth, and for the first time, they questioned the stories they were told. Small planets began removing the Council's statues. Others lit candles in honor of Earth. Some began speaking ancient human languages again. In the Galactic Council chamber, chaos turned to silence. Counselor Vera stood tall. "The lies are broken," she said. "If we are wise, we will not fear their return. We will ask for their help." No one stopped her. No one interrupted. For the first time, the Council listened. On Earth, skies were full of lights. Ships from every vault circled the planet. Children stepped onto real ground for the first time in 870,000 years. Lyra walked through the ruins of an ancient Earth city. Vines covered the buildings. Birds flew overhead. A new voice joined her. Commander Elias Wren stood beside her, holding a small seedling in his hand. "It's time to plant again," he said. Lyra smiled. "Then let's begin." The screen zooms out. Earth is glowing once more. Ships move across the stars. But this time, not as invaders, as builders, as explorers, as protectors of truth. The second Genesis had begun. The end.